Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my weekly review.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel here.
Across the streams of hopes and dreams where things are really not. Come along if you can. Come along if you dare.
Have a good one.
Take a ride to the
Cheers, guys.
side of your mind. But please realize you'll probably be surprised.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about what's been going on?
About 2 months ago, we started to find Daniel asleep, but with his eyes open, trying to talk, but his whole body is paralyzed.
Daniel,
You've been experiencing sleep paralysis.
your mind tells you that there's something else in the room. It's all up here, honey. It's all in our imagination.
But it's not just him.
It's all of us.
You two will be sleeping in here with your parents, so you'll feel nice and safe. We'll be keeping an eye on everything you do while you sleep.
There was something in the room with us. It sure as shit wasn't no dream.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you another horror movie review. This time we're going to be talking about Slumber.
It only comes when I'm dreaming or in the shadows.
The nightmare. A demon that has existed since man first learned to dream. It paralyzes the child before crushing it.
Do something!
You said you would help us!
Directed by Jonathan Hopkins and starring Maggie Q, who plays Alice, a rationally minded sleep doctor who is forced to abandon scientific reason when she meets a family being terrorized by a parasitic demon known as the Nista something, which paralyzes victims as they sleep. So yeah, Slumber is another one of those movies I had in my stack, been meaning to watch for a while. Mainly because of Maggie Q. I really like Maggie Q. And I was in the mood to watch Nikita again yesterday, which I love Nikita. I was in the mood to start that over, but I have a lot of other shows on my plate right now, so I figured it wouldn't be productive. Shows I hadn't watched all of yet, or I hadn't caught up on. So I thought this was a good compromise to actually check out her, horror flick she did, which I had bought as well, just because of her being the lead. Yeah, this right here. So yeah, Slumber. It was pretty decent. I thought it was all right. It definitely had its pros about it, but it had a lot of. At the same time, unfortunately, familiarity to it, because this came out at a time, of course, 2017. There have been a lot of sleep paralysis or sleep horror type movies, And this one, I haven't seen a lot of them, I'll be honest, but this one doesn't seem to do a whole lot that's really outside the box. even I feel like I've seen it before, even though I haven't watched a lot of these types of horror movies before. That's probably its biggest drawback, but what made the movie is, as well as kind of how it goes in the end, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. But what did sort of save the movie was Maggie Q's performance. She gives very capable portrayal of Alice in this movie. She has some trauma in her past as well, connected to this demon and these sleep issues. And you know, she's strong in a really subtle way. She's not going to go full on Nikita and try and, you know, outdo everyone with a fight or something, but, you know, she's very intelligent. I believe that she was supposed to be as smart a doctor as she was meant to be, so I enjoyed her. And also the rest of the cast was actually surprisingly pretty decent as well, especially the dad and the main family that she was trying to help. I thought they all did a good job at showing just how increasingly desperate they were. So yeah, some actually surprisingly pretty solid, or at least okay, performances. Now a story I don't think will fully energize everyone. Like I said, it is something we've seen before, and even though it isn't really that long, it's, you know, it's roughly an hour and a half, maybe even a little bit less. And it's a good thing too, because if it had gone much longer, it probably would have felt pretty stretched out, and it already felt like it was a tad bit too long. You know, you take the time with the story, which I appreciate. I like the character stuff with Maggie Q's Alice, but you know, it just built something that didn't really feel as effective as it could have been, because when we finally do get a visual on what's been tormenting them, it's not very good. Here's some like cheap, you know, sort of CGI like shadow type of figure. I think it would have been better if they just didn't show it at all or something at that point. But and then there's this older man who had experience with it, and his performance gets a little bit cheesy, a little bit hokey, and it sort of takes you out of it, or at least it did for me. Although, you know, I did like where she has to end up, you know, grabbing the knife and everything and deal with that towards the end. And if you guys don't want to know how it ends, you should probably stop watching here. But overall, I'd rate Slumber, I'm giving it a C+. I know I was kind of complaining a lot about it just now, but we do get a very capable performance from Maggie Q. I like the flashbacks. The family, the actors in the family are actually pretty good. So there's still things to like about it. It's just not very original, and there's some stuff that really doesn't quite hit like they were probably trying to have it. But you know, it is what it is. So yeah, as far as the ending, you know, she ends up having to kill the old man and you know, try and put a stop to it. And we see her, you know, talking, you know, to her family and her kid at the end on another video chat. You know, she says she's got more sleep than she ever has in a while. Well, you find out she's actually being kept on at some sort of institution or asylum, because she ends up sort of snapping and, you know, seeing you know, figures on the camera and stuff like that, which might actually be there. And, you know, her husband's getting really frustrated with her. You know, that was kind of odd throughout the movie. Like, he didn't really have much patience for his wife, which was kind of odd. He seemed more annoyed than, like, worried. But so that's kind of how it ends. So it's not really the best ending in the world either. I mean, I don't mind like a bleak ending, I guess, but I don't know, it just felt like a disservice to, you know, the character and Maggie Q, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. It's probably far from the movie's biggest problem, though, I guess. So overall, not a waste of time. Just be glad it's not really much longer than it is. But, like, let me see how long it is exactly. Let me look on there. So yeah, 84 minutes, an hour and 24. Yeah, not long at all. So it's not a waste of time. But I don't think it's one you really have to jump on and see unless you really like Maggie Q like I do. And because of her, it was still worth it to me. That's what kind of keeps it as high as it is rating-wise. But yeah, anyway, guys, thought about this one if you've seen it. Otherwise, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.